Assalamu alaikum dear friends. Today we will discuss evaluation and measurement and different types of tests and what is the purpose of the test. So we will start with the first part, that is unit 1. Here we will discuss some definitions and purpose of measurement and evaluation. So first topic is test and testing. Simply put, a test is a measuring tool or instrument in education. So more specifically, a test is considered to be a kind or class of measurement device which is typically used to find out something about a person. So test is actually a device, and the process of conducting the test is known as testing. Most of the time when you finish a lesson or lessons in a week, your teacher gives you a test. This test is an instrument given to you by the teacher in order to obtain data on which you are judged. It is an educationally common type of device which an individual completes himself or herself. The intent is to determine changes or gains resulting from such instruments as inventory, questionnaire, opinionaire, and scale, etc. Testing, on the other hand, is the process of administering the test on the pupil. In other words, the process of making you or letting you take the test in order to obtain a quantitative representation of the cognitive or non-cognitive traits you possess is called testing. So the instrument or tool is the test, and the process of administering the test is testing. Next term is assessment. You have learned the difference between test and testing. Let us now move to the next concept, which is assessment. As a teacher, you will be inevitably involved in assessing learners. Therefore, you should have a clear knowledge and meaning of assessment. The term assess is derived from a Latin word affider, meaning to sit by in judgment. So, it is about making a judgment. There are different definitions and explanation of assessment in education. Let's see the two definitions. First is of Freeman and Lewis. He said that to assess is to judge the extent of students' learning. And the second definition is of Roundtree. And what he says that assessment in education can be thought of as occurring whenever one person in some kind of interaction, direct or indirect, with another is conscious of obtaining and interpreting information about the knowledge and understanding of abilities and attitudes of that person. To some extent or other, it is an attempt to know the person. Still, there is another definition which is of Erwin in Brown and Knight. According to them, assessment is a systematic basis for making inference about the learning and development of students. The process of defining, selecting, designing, collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and using information to increase students' learning and development. So from all this definition, what we learn that assessment is a human activity. Assessment involves interaction which aims at seeking to understand what the learners have achieved. Assessment can be formal or informal, and assessment may be descriptive rather than judgment in nature. Its role is to obtain the information about the learner. Its role is to increase students' learning and development, and it helps learner to diagnose their problems and to improve the quality of subsequent learning. The third term is the measurement. This is a broad term which refers to the systematic determination of outcomes or characteristics by means of some sort of assessment device. It is a systematic process of obtaining the quantified degree to which a trait or an attribute is present in an individual or object. In other words, it is a systematic assignment of numerical values or figures to a trait or an attribute in a person or object. For instance, what is the height of Uchi, what is the weight of meal, what is the length of the classroom. In education, the numerical value of scholastic ability, aptitude, achievement, etc. can be measured and obtained using instruments such as paper and pencil tests. It means the values of the attribute are translated into numbers by measurement. So measurement is all about quantitative values which we take through assessment and through testing. And what is the evaluation? Evaluation is more broader in its scope. According to Tuckman, evaluation is a process wherein the parts, processes, or outcomes of a program are examined to see whether they are satisfactory, particularly with reference to the stated objectives of the program, our own expectations, or our own standard of excellence. So evaluation, it covers the whole program, whether the objectives of the whole program is achieved or not, and to what an extent, and what were our expectations, and whether the standard of excellence have been achieved or not. According to Cronbach et al., evaluation means the systematic examination of events occurring in and consequent on a contemporary program. It is an examination conducted to assist in improving this program and other programs having the same general purpose. For Thorpe, evaluation is the collection, analysis, and interpretation of information about training as part of a recognized process of judging its effectiveness, its efficiency, and any other outcomes it may have. So, if you study this definition very well, you will note that evaluation is an integral part of instructional process and involves 3 steps. These are: number 1, identifying and defining the intended outcomes. Secondly, constructing or selecting test or other evaluation tools relevant to the specified outcomes, and using the evaluation result to improve learning and teaching. So you will also note that evaluation is a continuous process. It is essential in all fields of teaching and learning activity where judgment needs to be made. Let's see the types of the evaluation. The different types of evaluation are placement, formative, diagnostic, and summative evaluation. So basically 4 types of the evaluation. Number 1, placement. Number 2, formative. Number 3, diagnostic. And number 4, summative. Placement evaluation. This is the type of the evaluation carried out in order to fix the students in the appropriate group or class. In some schools, for instance, students are assigned to classes according to their subject combination, such as science, technical, arts, commercial, etc. Before this is done, an examination will be carried out. You would remember about the entry test. This was the placement evaluation. So this type of the evaluation is a kind of pre-test or aptitude test. It can also be a type of evaluation made by the teacher to find out the entry behavior of his students before he starts teaching. So this may help the teacher to adjust his lesson plan. Tests like readiness test, ability test, aptitude test, and achievement test can be used as the placement evaluation tools. Next type of the evaluation is the formative evaluation. This is the type of the evaluation designed to help both the students and teacher to pinpoint areas where the student has failed to learn so that this failure may be rectified. It provides a feedback to the teacher and the student and thus estimating teaching success. For example, weekly test, terminal examination, etc. The third type of the evaluation is the diagnostic evaluation. This type of evaluation is carried out most of the time as a follow-up evaluation to formative evaluation. As a teacher, you have used formative evaluation to identify some weaknesses in your class. You have also applied some corrective measures which have not showed success. So what you will now do is to design a type of diagnostic test which is applied during instruction to find out the underlying cause of the student's persistent learning difficulties. These diagnostic tests can be in the form of achievement test, performance tests, self-rating, interviews, observations, etc. The purpose is to diagnose the learning difficulties while you are conducting your lesson. The fourth type of the evaluation is the summative evaluation. This is the type of the evaluation carried out at the end of the course of instruction to determine the extent to which the objectives have been achieved. It is called a summarizing evaluation because it looks at the entire course of instruction or program and can pass judgment on both the teacher and students, the curriculum and the entire system. It is used for clarification. Think of the educational certificates you have acquired from examination bodies. These were awarded to you after you had gone through some types of examination. This is an example of summative evaluation. For example, the board examinations, the examinations, for example, comprehensive exams, the final exams on which you are given a degree. Now let's see the purpose of measurement and evaluation. The main purpose of measurement and evaluation are: number one, placement of students, which involves bringing students appropriately in the learning sequence, and classification or streaming of students according to ability or subjects. Selecting the students for courses: journal, professional, technical, commercial, etc. This is the second purpose of the evaluation. Third purpose is the certification. This helps to certify that a student has achieved a particular level of performance. The fourth purpose of the evaluation is stimulating learning. This can be a motivation for the student or teacher, providing feedback, suggesting suitable practice, etc. So most of the students, they start preparing their content before the examination. So examination, learning and measurement and evaluation can be used as a stimulus for the learning. The fifth purpose is improving teaching by helping to review the effectiveness of teaching arrangement. So if you are conducting the evaluation and the assessment, it also helps the teacher to improve their work. And the sixth purpose is for research. Commonly, it is used as a guidance and counseling device. So if you are conducting the evaluation, then actually you will be able to use the outcome of the evaluation for guidance and counseling. And it can also be used for modification of the curriculum purposes and for the purpose of selecting students for employment, for also modification of the teaching methods, and for the purpose of promotion to the students, for reporting students' progress to their parents, and for the award of scholarship and merit awards, for the admission of students into educational institutions, and for the maintenance of the students. And also sometimes evaluation and testing is used for the placement in the jobs. Thank you so much. This was the first part. Now we